What about you? Answer the. You tell me.
Which one? Which one first?
A character. A character archetype that you would not want. That you hate.
The character archetype that I would hate. I'm working really hard not to call anyone out here.
Honestly, well, I don't think anyone in our game has made a character that I hate at all. Like, sure, I like some people's characters more than others, but...
Okay, here's the thing. Here's the other thing, though. This isn't really calling anyone out, because this is all of you.
I see.
When you keep a secret beyond all reason,
Right.
I want to strangle you. When you present a player with every reason to bond with their party and tell their party like everything, like so that the whole group can feel like a group, but you are years into a campaign and people are still like, but I don't trust them, so I'm not going to tell them. Then I'm like, then how are you any of you a party? Why are we playing if you guys don't want to play together? I am definitely not going to run 6 individual solo campaigns just near each other.
I think...
So someone figure it out.
I've only specifically done that between me and Lee. Just because Lee has actively went to a point when I just shouldn't trust him. It went in a negative direction. And that's the only reason. And even then, it was nothing information. But that it has happened several times.
Oh yeah.
I hate being that type of character. I've been more on the evil side more recently. Wait, what was I missed what? That's a Lugia. What is with Team Rocket?
Team Rocket ain't playing, man.
Psychic Flying. I guess I just sent out Poseidon. So wait, what was the type of character you hated when we were talking? Because I missed when you sent the message. Also, way back when I was a player as a rogue. Fuck you, Lugia. As a rogue, I would do some of the seemingly most chaotic nonsense shit, but through a series of contrivances, I'd always end up making things easier on the other players. I was fun to full deck. Ah, okay. You don't like being the voice of reason? Okay.
There's a lot of players who just like to be chaos incarnate.
I mean, I like making a character, and if I'm just chaos incarnate, then I'm not a character. I'm just.
It's chaos. It's not much of a character, you know.
I'm not playing a character at that point. I'm just doing stuff in someone else's sandbox.
Here's something I saw that I agree with. You know how you know that you have built a character is when if you removed that character immediately from the situation, completely deleted them, killed them off, whatever, would things be different? If the answer is no, you have not made a character. If the answer is yes, you have probably made a character. Would it affect the people around them?
I'm gonna be honest, this Lugia is the biggest asshole. He's swapped out my Pokemon like 4 times.
Does he only know Whirlwind?
I don't know. It used Whirlwind and Safeguard. I don't know what else it had.
As opposed to that. And, the class... Hey, I have a lot of class hot takes.
Yeah, well, I mean, I already know your Sorcerer one.
Yeah?
You hate the Sorcerer.
Should I do that one on stream? Should I do that one on stream?
I don't know, do you want to? I'll preface this with I disagree, but it's not my opinion, so...
Listen. Sorry, Kai, because Sorcerer is your favorite class, so I apologize for when it's about to happen. I'm going to apologize. I'm about to take it out bat and shoot it between the head. The Sorcerer could be something very cool, but what it turns out to be is baby's first wizard. Because what it does is what its selling point is. Its selling point is I don't know as many spells as the other spellcasters, but that's okay because I can manipulate spells and break their rules because I am innately a magical being. Therefore, not all the laws of magic govern me. Do you know what that means? That means a couple times per long rest, you can affect 2 targets instead of 1. You can cast a cantrip as bonus action. Or you might be able to do a spell quietly. Now, the quiet spell is the only one I think is a decent idea. The rest of them are the stupidest things I've ever heard. That is basically doing nothing. You have to search for very specific situations that those actually play a significant factor. And the only way anyone makes the sorcerer powerful, guess what? Is putting Warlock with it and doing Coffee Lock. But guess what? That's banned from most tables. Because that's cheesing the system to get infinite spell slots. The sorcerer has nothing going for it that is significant enough to call it a class. The sorcerer, like the monk, as it currently is, could have been a subclass. A subclass whose whole thing is meta magic. Because you know what? The sorcerer doesn't do much beyond know the spells it knows. And at that point, why are you not a wizard? Or a bard? And Kai disagrees with me greatly, but we're not going to have that discussion.
I like fucking around with spells. I know it's not a lot, but it's fun. Makes me feel special.
You're going to agree with me, though, that half of the meta magic options are useless.
I mean, yeah. I think the one that you think is useless, the only one I think that you think is useless that I think is fun is,
Twin?
What?
Twin spell?
Well, I mean, Twin Spell's good. I mean, those are good for combat and they're subtle spell. It was, well, there's Extended spell. I think that can be fun, if you find the right spells for it.
Yeah, I can't. Again, very specific. Here's the thing: very specific scenarios do not a class make.
Yeah. It certainly have more meta magic options for sure, considering how many they made for the invocations for Warlock. But I think that would just. I think the answer is, unlike the monk, where I think it should just change its thing. I think the sorcerer's thing is just give them more. Just make some more.
Give them meta magic that actually does something interesting. These are. Listen, all of them are bland and boring. All of them are so conservatively boring that they barely do anything, and some of them are completely useless. Wait, also, Redpool, I don't understand the question.
Yeah, no, we're talking about meta magic.
Like,
there was a new one they added that I saw it was good. I can't remember what it was.
I'll look at all of them right now.
Well, it was in the additional options in Tasha's.
Yeah, I'll look at all of them right now. It's all in the same place. Let's say the new ones in Tasha's was Seeking Spell, where you can spend 2 sorcery points to re-roll the d20 on an attack roll. Transmuted Spell, where you have to spend a sorcery point to change the damage type of a spell, which is something the wizard can do for free.
That one was shit. I think the re-rolling dice was good.
Yeah, those are the 2 that were added.
Because there's a lot of spells that are like, oh, you make an attack roll, but, you know, you fuck it up and now you just waste a spell slot.
Yeah. And the other ones are... Alright, the other ones are Careful Spell.
That one sucks. I know that one's awful.
It just makes it where, hey, I can throw a fireball in the middle of my friends and not hurt them.
No.
Again,
no. Hey, the wizard does that. The sorcerer throws it and makes them auto-succeed on it, but they still take damage.
Oh, so it's worse.
That's what I'm saying. It's worse than the wizard one.
You spend a resource and do nothing. Distant Spell. You can double the range of something for
that one's also bad.
Empowered Spell. When you roll damage for a spell, you can spend 1 sorcery point to reroll a number of damage dice up to your charisma modifier, and you must use the new rolls.
That one's also bad.
Why? That's not empowered. That's gambling.
What if, like,
the only way I would ever think that's worth it is if you rolled like all 1s.
You have to find a very niche situation to use that one.
Extended spell. You can spend a source point and double its duration up to a max of 24 hours.
Which I like. I think you can find some pretty interesting uses for that one.
It's okay. Here's the thing. Anything that has a low enough thing to constitute that also takes up your concentration, though.
Yeah.
Subtle spell is the only one I think is good. That is the only one I think is pretty decent.
Because having no verbal and somatic means you can really fuck around with magic and no one will know.
And Twin Spell, they specify the thing that I think would make Twin Spell cool, it cannot do, because they specify that it does not work with things like Magic Missile or Scorching Ray, because they cast multiple projectiles and target. What are you gonna do? You could probably hold monster 2 things, I guess. Good for you. I can't. I just can't. You took the sorcerer and said, I'm out of ideas, so let's just mess with the rules a little bit, and not even in a meaningful way.
No, way back when in a one-shot with a party of 8, I wound up making myself the one and only visible target. About 10 beefy bandits came after me on my dead body for 5 full turns. The bandits ignored all reason just to keep kicking my body because my rolls to climb the tree were so abhorrent. Got 5 turns of pot shots on the enemy. Oh, meshed. Wait, I'm confused. So, the enemies killed you and then kept killing you despite being killed by your friends up a tree? And
yeah, why?
What?
Yeah, why? It's like, ow, I'm getting shot, but I want to kick this corpse.
Yeah, as far as it sounds like your DM just hated you. I'm confused.
I'm also confused.
If I'm aware, when I kill someone and then I start dying, I think something else is killing me.
Maybe I should turn around.
Maybe I shouldn't die.
Well, Kai, you get the chance to play a sorcerer in campaign 2.
Yep.
Also, guess what? You know what it took for me to consider metamagic decent? It took an entire homebrew subclass that gives you a constant use of one of the metamagics for free.
Well,
and that's for me to think it's decent. That's also still just doing something that the Eldritch Knight does, the Spell Singer does. Yeah.
I just didn't like the Eldritch Knight because, man, you don't really cast spells, man.
Yeah, it's because you're a fighter.
That's why I don't like it. I like magic too much.
And play a Spell Singer?
No, Spell Singer came out after you showed me the...
Spell Singer's been out since before we played D&D.
Was it? I don't remember.
Yeah.
I guess I
missed it. It's always been there.
Look at Wizards. I guess I just didn't look at Wizard enough.
Yeah.
Either way, I like the Witchblade. It's cool. And I'm into the character I have.
Yeah. I'm not saying switch. I'm just still making a case that Sorcerer should be changed just as much as Monk should.
What are other ones? Name another hot take, because you said you had a few. What's one that isn't Sorcerer related? So I can actually chime in.
Do you want something that's very typical, like vanilla Beastmaster Ranger?
I was gonna say, don't. As long as it's not just complaining about cleric spellcasting.
Well, all right. Well,
I know I've limited your options there.
Prepared spellcasting is stupid. That's all I'm gonna say on that. The dumb idea that makes every character of those classes the same. So, what else can I say? What else do I got?
Also, what do you mean 3 consecutive nat 1s and low enemy wisdom? If you're dying and someone in front of you is
dead... is
the
enemy wisdom a 1?
Yeah, and like, here's the thing. You don't have to roll insight when the thing in front of you is dead and you're dying to know that something else is killing you. You just have to roll insight or perception to know where it's killing you from.
And that's that they're hiding.
That's if they're hiding. It's very hard if if you cast firebolt from a tree to hide that you're in the tree.
Full deck, did you have a DM, one of those DMs that makes a person roll, like a creature roll for literally every bodily function? To just put your left foot in front of your right, sort of thing? Either way, another hot take? Let me think. Another hot take. Personally, I think the game's progression is kind of whack numerically.
Sure
Because from a DM's perspective, from a player's perspective, it's probably okay. Although by the time you get to level 20, you're probably overloaded with the fucking options that you don't know what to do with your character sheet.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can think of for that. But from a DM's perspective, when you have players who are levels like 1 to 3, you are basically holding their hand. Because it's so easy for you to be like, put something slightly too hard in front of them, and then everyone dies. They're all dead.
When you have, like, at level 1, 6 health, a goblin can come up to you, be like, stab you with a dagger, and you die.
Yeah.
A crit, it can feasibly, with a dagger, actually just one-shot you, like, full kill.
You're dead. Yeah. And you don't, like, level 6, you don't have, Revivify or anything.
Yeah, so you die instantly. I think they rolled to see if the enemies thought I was dead for shits and giggles, and the result was low. You're not making a good case.
But okay, so then you have what I call the good times. The good times are what I would say is like levels 5 to 10. Those are the good times. That's when you can put fun things in front of your players. You can have them experience things pretty easily, and they'll have a lot of fun with it. You go to places, interact with people, fight monsters, and it's all pretty chill, but at the same time exciting. Once you start getting into the higher levels, you're starting to get into a new problem. That's the opposite. You get into the problem of you can't challenge your players enough half the time, because they have so many tools to answer your questions that you should just stop asking questions. They have, especially if any of them are spellcasters, by that point you have so many tools in your arsenal to answer whatever the DM has in front of you. Especially like if you're level 18 to 20, God, nothing short of just a cheese mechanic. Yeah, nothing is sort of just a cheese mechanic that's like a true one-shot or something, like a power word kill, like something that's just, oh well, you throw your hands up like, well, what do I do to that? What can I do against that? So nothing short of that can actually challenge your players very well. And on the player side of things, what happened?
Just a certain boy.
What are we about to see?
It's level 25.
Ooh, Mewtwo. But anyways, so yeah, all that. When you get into those higher levels, the players are overloaded with options. And then, like, Kai, do you ever actually look forward to level 20 beyond the meme of, haha, I can call God and do whatever?
I'll say I look forward to 9th level spells. I don't look forward to level 20, because at that point I'm just going to say, anytime you throw something in front of me, I'm going to say, can I just use my Channel Divinity and get that thing to go away? And you can't really stop me, short of actual Satan shows up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the only way to stop a 20th level cleric is, hey, can I call my god? Well, you're fighting your god right now.
Yeah, like, it's nice to have those super cool spells that are like max level and let you do crazy reality bending shit. Having a 20th level feature just means I win. And I know I win. And the DM knows I win.
So why are you playing the game?
You get one session just to fuck around, and that's it.
Yeah. Honest God, there's very few classes, I would say, are worth continuing playing at level 20 because you have just attained like a demigod status and can pretty much do whatever you want. And while yes, that might be a fun payoff for a little bit, you quickly realize that it's pretty.
Well, this is it.
That's the end. You can't do like there's nothing to play anymore. Which I guess is the intention of level 20, but I am of the opinion that Stars Without Number, the best part about it is that max level is basically the beginning of the game. Getting 10th level, it's first of all, it's a soft cap. You can still level after that, but you just don't get any features anymore. You just get more, a little bit more stats. I think you basically only get health. But you can continue playing the game after that because you're not a god when you max out in that game. You're a god when you max out in 5e. Try and kill a 20th level druid. Someone tell me how to kill a 20th level druid.
The only way is that you send a group of people and a wizard after them that has power word kill, and once you get them down their health, you just gotta hit them a few times and then make sure they die to power word kill. And that's how you do it. And then you're...
But every time their turn comes around, they give themselves 400 more health.
Oh yeah, you have to make sure that you kill them in one turn.
Yep. If it's a moon druid, you're fucked. You can't do it. Their forms are too strong. They have so much health as a moon druid.
The same players, we had caught a cultist thief and were interrogating them to find out where the MacGuffin went. We were in a swamp when it was getting late, so I ignored them, conjured lesser elements, and started building a shack for some knights or whatever came along. They just hid the cultists in a fresh clay floor I had just made. I'm confused. I assume that was not on topic.
I don't think so. There you go, Kai. That's my major hot takes that aren't very bland.
I don't know how many hot takes I have for D&D.
Sure, here's the thing. When you have a hot take, you don't remember it. You just say it once and then it's all over.
I was almost terrified because this Hitmonchan just used Thunder Punch on me. Then I remembered Gen 1 games are bad. Because that's a special move. And Fire Punch. And boy, are these punchy boys not good at special.
Hey, you want a D&D hot take just overall? I don't think there's one you can speak on unless you have looked at 3.5 and I just didn't know.
I have not.
Yeah. 3.5 and Pathfinder are fucking awful. Do you want to play your... You know the people that like 3.5 and Pathfinder? It's the kind of person that wants to treat D&D like a video game. You want to number crunch, you want to min-max your character, and you want to win the game. That's the kind of person that plays 3.5 and Pathfinder. There's a hot take for anyone out there who likes those.
I don't remember what floor I'm on. Where am I?
Those are Kai, the player's handbook for 3.5 is the fucking thickness of a brick. It's got so many pages.
Also, Fulldeck just said, Arcane Trickster rogues can be comically OP with a bit of work.
Oh, that's true. That's totally true.
Deep Sea Tooth. You got a tooth in here.
I'm going to be real. Any of the martial classes that have a half-caster or a third-caster subclass can be made OP because they were classes that were never meant to have magic. Also, here's a hot take. I think 5e vastly favors spellcasters over martial characters.
It sure does.
The imbalance is insane between the two.
Here's the thing. Aside from Rogue, because they just gave it everything and love it like it's their own pet child. All martial classes, the 3 basically, and even just the half martials, like the half casters, are all combat oriented. The spellcasters have the advantage of just being fun, because magic can be used outside of combat. but name a barbarian or a fighter or a monk feature that's good outside of combat. Even a paladin feature, or like a ranger feature.
I'm gonna be real. The ranger one actually has a lot. I'm not gonna talk about. But they're half casters, so I'm still not gonna talk.
Right.
They're purely martial ones. The only things that you get that are like out of combat useful things are like skill proficiencies from your class.
And even then, that's just like everyone gets a skill proficiency.
Yeah.
You're not special. It doesn't feel special having those skills. It's just like, maybe I'm good at this.
The rogue gets The rogue and bard get expertise, and that's about it. In terms of, don't worry about the bard. The bard can do whatever the fuck it wants. It's
bard. It's whatever.
It's really good. Bard's probably my second favorite class in the game. Warlock is falling down that list, as you can tell.
Man, you really lost touch with Warlock, huh? Oh, that's a Latios.
Listen, man, back in the day, I was all over the Warlock, but the more I looked at the other ones, the more I'm like, man, the Warlock has not aged well. But, yeah. I mean, here's the thing. The Rogue can do things outside of combat because of reliable talent. That doesn't make reliable talent good. Reliable talent breaks the game. Reliable talent makes it where the Rogue can do whatever the Rogue wants as long as they're proficient in it, and they will never fail. Because Nat 1s don't affect skill checks.
Because Nat 1s aren't technically a thing.
You cannot critical fail or critically succeed a skill check. Rules as written.
It's just people like to have fun with those.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, even beyond fun, it's the only way to make the Rogue have any risk of rolling its proficiencies. Otherwise, the Rogue has... You're not playing a game of chance anymore. All these hot takes are quite... I'm glad someone's interested in them, Leaf Storm. I spend far too much time thinking about these things.
He's